football. I love watching football. Are you one of those that just loves to get the games on?
Sometimes, okay, I can watch the highlights, this kind of things. Something like 20, 30 minutes of the game just to see like what kind of teams playing, what kind of tactic, this kind of things. But that 90 minutes of the game, no, I'm not this kind of guy that watching games because we have so many games. So this is my private time. I try to enjoy and to be more focused of my family on things that sometimes outside of football.
TikTok, dancing.
No.
I've seen you.
Yeah, COVID time was crazy. So to be too long at home makes this kind of things.
No,
but
good,
that was like for all of us.
I loved it, man. Because I saw a different side to you. I didn't know you was this jokey guy. Because I always watch you on the pitch. Number 9, goals.
Yeah, but it's like that's true that I was always focused on football because I know that I want to trying to be the best.
The game, you've been in it for so many years now, and it's changed over the years. I think at some points the number 9 is the most important player. It seems at the moment, the last few years, then the fullbacks became, when they inverted the way Pep done it, they become very important and touch the ball more than most people. And then recently, the last 18 months, maybe 2 years, it's like the number 6, Rodri, this type of position, Kroos or Modric, Gundogan, who you played with before. These guys are most important. Where do you think the most important position is in the pitch right now for the players?
Right now, I think position number 6, because you have to find the balance between offensive and defensive. And yeah, the last 1-2 years, this number makes the difference. And of course, the football from the side for the fans, they want to see the goals, But if you are inside and involved in football since years, and in my way, I met so many great coaches, that I am starting from the Klopp, and later when I moved to Bayern with Guardiola, Henkes, Ancelotti, Nagelsmann. And so Hansi Flick now again, even that also in Barcelona with Xavi. So it's like for me, I'm very happy that I could meet this kind of guys.
You're lucky, man. You're lucky.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know that you have how many players you can find with this kind of experience with the coaches. So
Xabi Alonso's the only one who's close, I think. He had Mourinho, Pep, Ancelotti, these guys. But I think you've gone past.
About the coaches also. I wanted always take the best things from every of its coaches, what they have.
Talking of coaches, it's a great opportunity to talk about someone who seems to have a big impact on your career in Pep Guardiola. He signed you up at Bayern Munich. What was it? Take us back to the first time you met Pep and what he left you with.
The beginning was tough, because Pep that time was very, very focused only on the football things. As a human, he was difficult for the players.
Why?
Because he knew that he is so brilliant with the tactic that the players should to follow him, and if the players follow him, they're gonna win. And I saw that later he's starting to change. Like personality, or I say to be more a human, to be more open for the players, can help him more than something tactic. Because I understood him like if you're playing against the team that they don't have big chance against us, of course tactic can help us a lot. But if you compare like the semi-final, final of Champions League, this kind of, I think that's my mind, tactic is important, I don't want to say not, but on this level I think different things can make that you win or not, And
you hear a lot of players say that about Ancelotti.
Yeah.
It's not tactically where they say, genius is the people skills.
Yeah, he is like a father, He can came to you and say why you are not so happy, and he's like or like uncle, So you can talk with him about everything. So they are completely different. Like for example, Klopp, amazing guy, amazing. He knows when he should to be more tough, but also he knows exactly when he should to be more like a friend,
Did you think that he was going to win immediately when you saw Pep? When you saw him on a training pitch, did you straight away have belief we can win everything?
From the first training session, I was very impressed. He was so focused on details during the training session. Even that before, I never thought that is so important. And I remember like when we playing like rondo, you know. That before for me was like playing here,
yeah.
but for him it was so important exercise during the training session that
Why is it, what's important?
because it was important that you cannot play like with the leg behind the second leg, you know, you have to be open with upper body, you have to be open. You see the three different ways to play, not only if you close with the left shoulders that you don't see the left side open, so you can only play back on the, or you know, this way. If you're more open with the upper body, that you can play with the three different options. So this kind of difference that I saw directly. And when I came to Bayern, I remember also that later came to us Xabi Alonso. And he was already that time 33, 35 years old, if I remember good. And before every training, he go out before we start the training session, and he start to play just easy pass. And I saw this, and okay, can I play with you? And 10
just
passes,
like 5 yards,
but you know, passes of Xabi Alonso is not like
quick,
yes, quick and strong. And on the beginning, he played like 10 passes like perfectly on the pitch, and my passes like every 3 passes was like pa pa pa, and okay, I have to be more focused. I have to train this. And I remember exactly after 2 or 3 months, we could play like 10 from him, 10 from me, like perfectly passes, you know. And he was already 35 years old. 34, I think.
Never stopped learning.
Yeah, he never, even that time before, only 10 minutes before the training session, every training session. And on the beginning for me was, okay, I take this. I want to also do this next step in my, you know, with my technical things, you know. And after 2 months, I remember exactly that I was so impressed of myself that I could to play like him, you know, 10 passes, and that was like, wow, okay.
What are instructions like from somebody like Pep? What's he asking of you as a number 9?
He never asked me about nothing.
No? He just tell you?
No, yeah, he tell me, Levi, I cannot help you because you are better than me. You know better how to finish the situation, how to finish the action, but I can help you how to bring the ball to you. And these all the things that he tell me. But we talk a lot around football, and he explained me a lot about the tactic, how to right back should to go there, why the left back should to go more high, why the central defender has to go with the ball, and when he should to play on the right or the left. We talk about, because for me it was very interesting. And even that for the so many players, Pep was like they're afraid to go to him. I was this kind of guy that if I didn't know something, I have the question, I go to him and ask about. And if he see that I want to know, I want to learn, that he was more open to me also as a human. And you know, it's like sometimes he explained me a lot. I was so impressed that he give me this advice, that he also analyze after the game or before the game. So for Pep it was so important to be prepared well for the appointment, you know.
Yeah.
He had sometimes. I
love the stories.
No,
man.
the story was amazing, because I remember that all week we prepare from, you know, that we're gonna play like that. We want to play with the pressing. We're doing like that, and we are on the stadium before the game. We go to warm up. We're coming back to the dressing room, to the locker room after the warm up, and he came to us. Boys, sit, boys, sit. Listen. And we are, what's going on? You know, we are here. Okay, we are. Forget everything what we did last week. And we, what? We're playing like this, and he showed us, you know, and for us it was so easy to change the tactic. Not even that before the game, but during the game. That was like easy way, no problem. Okay, we change it.
One of the things when I speak to any player that played for him, one of the key things that they always talk about positively around him and makes him separate him from everybody else is that he makes these players understand all the details clearer than anybody.
You trust him. Yeah. If he prepared some kind of tactic, you take this, even from the first, for the first things, it's crazy, but after, I don't know, a few weeks you didn't think about this, because you know it, that you can trust him, and you take this, because in the end, it's gonna be exactly that he wants.
Did you ever go against and say, no, I don't believe this, I'm gonna do my thing. Robert Lewandowski knows how to get the goals, I know how to shoot and score.
In my position, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have to say that, you know, it's like, I'm trying to listen a lot of people, I can take some advice from someone if it's good, but in the end, I have to find the best solution. Nobody can tell me because, okay, maybe one or second or third advice will be good, but during the game you have so many situations. You don't have time to thinking. Oh, he give me advice like this. I should to run like this. No, because you have to feel that. You have to know it that from your brain. So in the end, I try to be or find the solution the best for me, and for the team in the end. Because I know that if I give my best, I can have not only myself but also the team. Because my goals help my teammates. So it's like this connection is also important. And sometimes, I had to think about what I should to do. The decision from me will be the best for the team, but in the end also for me.
Because it's getting to a stage. I mean, I'm scared is probably too strong, but I think a lot about this. For a lot of players, the system is overriding and more important than the individual now. And
it's too much. It's too hard. Yeah, that's true. So for so many players was sometimes too much tactics, too much videos, because
you see some players sitting there sometimes like, oh my God.
But that was and that is still, it's the, and I remember exactly that for the players sometimes, again, we have to repeat this, you have to be focused. And of course, it's like in the life, some people don't want to do this because they don't have enough mentally to do this. And they don't want, because maybe they feel more happy if they don't do this, you cannot judge them because they do what for them is enough. So
Thomas Müller doesn't look like somebody who wants meetings and wants too much information. He looks like he will go crazy, this guy.
Yeah, but Thomas Müller is a very intelligent guy, on the pitch. He helped me a lot because always when he was behind me, and I was make the press of the defender. Sometimes that striker doesn't see that the number 6 going on left, on the right. Okay, I try to see, but it's easier for me if someone give me left, so I can block the way that the defender cannot play to the number 6. So for him, okay, if he blocked this pass, so I don't have to run there. So it's better that I tell him left, and I be more focused on the second guy of the number 6.
It's so crazy.
But for me, the Thomas Müller, in the end, when I'm thinking about this, that he didn't have the best shoot, he didn't have technique or the speed, but in the end,
impacting the game.
Exactly, he read the game like nobody else on the football in my career, for example, and always he was so positive. And it doesn't matter how he scored the goal, but he scored the goal. It doesn't matter how he play pass, but the pass was there, So this is exactly Thomas Müller, and I love to play with him. And it's like the main of this club of Bayern Munich, I think. And this club is also future for him.
I love him. Moving on, another manager who could have had a big influence on your career, Big Sam Allardyce.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Is it true that he almost signed you from, is it Lech Poznan, for Blackburn Rovers?
Yeah, was like one meeting. Yeah, I remember exactly.
How was this meeting, please, compared to Pep?
I remember that the place that I met with him, and I think that also some sport director was, I think, with him. But inside that I have different feeling, that I wanted to go to the club who were playing in the, in the competition, Europe competition, and that time I have few offers. I wanted also only travel to see how looks, training camp, how looks, this kind of big clubs, but also to get or to see the difference, experience, to get the experience. Not that I want to join to this club, because I know that I want to take the different way for my career. But I don't know, maybe I go, I see, from my experience, I can learn something, and that's all. But in the end, I met with him, and I remember that they wanted me a lot, but I know that for me this way is not perfectly time to join to them.
Well, what could have been, if you'd have signed for Big Sam? What kind of player you could have been, But looking at strikers now, I think it's the role of a striker seems to have changed a little bit. What number 9 would you consider yourself as? Because you've got, for instance, Haaland doesn't want to touch the ball, doesn't care to touch the ball, but wants to score. If he scores, he's happy. Someone like Kane, wants to be involved more, sometimes passing. What number 9 is Mr. Lewandowski?
Yeah, I'm between. I'm not happy if I don't touch the ball. You know, even that I scored a goal and I finish well, that I got brilliant pass, and sometimes, you know, I just touch the ball and it's inside the goal, but I'm not involved in the game, you know. Okay, I don't want sometimes to be too much, because then I have too far away. I'm too far away from the box, you know, the area. But also I try to, even with the movement, without the ball, to take some defense and make the space for my teammates. So I'm between. I also like to be involved, to building up, to involve to before I score the goal. But it's always the perfect way when I score the goal, and I can be more involved, and also my teammates can use the space that I make for them.
It's funny you say that about being a bit in between. Xerxes, who a lot of the fans, especially the Man United fans who kind of listen and watch the pod, he said he's a 9.5, 9.5. What type of player is he? Because a lot of people are asking the question, what type of player is Xerxes? You played with him at Bayern Munich.
He play amazing with the back to the goal. You know, he can hold the ball. He can play with the one touches or two touches, and bring the wingers to behind his back. He has also the good finishing in the box, because he's big. You know, he's young, but he's big, and I think he can keep the ball, hold the ball very, very strong. And of course, he needs a little bit time. It's normal if you join to this kind of club, big club with the huge expectation, and he scored already a lot of goals in Serie A. So for him, that was like the first season that he was involved, you know, as a typical striker. But you know that now the time for the Manchester is not so the brilliant time. And
why are you laughing, man? Come on.
Yeah, but it's not, you know, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing, but it's true, you know, because this is the big team, and of course I wanted that they coming back on the right track. But he's the striker. He can really help teammates and the team if you know how to use him, you know. And also he can score the goals, but also he can. I think he's not typical goal-scoring striker. He's also the players who can help the teammates to create the space for them.
Okay, cool. Well, that's good. Make sure we start using him in the right way, man. But when you play, I'm interested to know this because I'm a centre back, and I look at things from a defensive perspective. To play against you, I think it will be difficult because you, like you say, you can do both sides of the game: movement, passing, also scoring, devastating fashion. Who have you had some of your most favourite and most difficult battles with?
I always remember when I competed with the Sergio Ramos. You know, this against him to play was like a huge challenge. You know, it was always like he was playing always very hard, very strong. You know, he wanted to be always close to me, and that for me was the huge competition. But yeah, I remember. One Champions League games when we were playing against Manchester City, and the company was playing there, and I had to fight with him like very, very strong. And you know, he's big, and I'm not so big, but I have strong because I'm like the natural strong inside me. And I remember that I was so pissed off one time of him because he was playing very strong, and I used my skills from judo a little bit, you know, and I.
Oh, you done judo?
Yeah, because my father was like the judo, and when I was young, also I trained a lot of judo, but only at home because he didn't want that I trying to train judo like the more professional. And I remember the situation that I was so impressed with myself that, you know, that company, so big guy, defender, I put him down, you know, and yeah, that was like that. For me.
So judo helped you physically, like in football as well?
Because not only physically, but also flexibility, you know, because in judo you have to be flexible, you have to know how to hand should to go, you know. It's not like that you are like a robot, but your body is very flexible. And also I when I was young, and my father was my physical education teacher, and I was very angry because we never trained like the football, always the different sports like basketball, handball, volleyball, because my mother was a volleyball player, my sister also, and we did a lot of gymnastics. as you know. And when I was young, I did a lot of gymnastics. Like I I knew it, how to do a lot of, this kind of gymnastic things that for anybody else was so difficult. And I see now, after so many years, and I can be thankful for my father that the difference with the new exercise. I can adapt very, very easy for the new exercise, my body also. And probably because of this. Because in football now, what do you see? That the players from academy, they just playing football. And if they, during the game, they have different move, like the body is not so ready, and I see that they have so many problems with so many easy things that before we did when we go out from the from the apartment or from the house and did during the day.
True,
now it's like because the world looks
everybody stay inside.
Exactly, you go to home, your parents bring you to the training session, then you come back to the home, go to the school, and it's like very the same way than before. We spend so many times outside with friends doing different things, and I think that for the future, for the young players, there's also the challenge to staying not only because of the games, how many games they have, because it's also that the subject is very difficult for the future. I think that the quality and the level of the football going down because of this.
Too many games.
Too many games, because it's not sometimes it's not about the games, but you travel a lot now. You're playing at 9 o'clock, so you can go to the bed like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and you cannot sleep till 12 o'clock. No, just few hours, and you don't have enough days, because I see the difference. If we're playing that we have only, for example, Wednesday, Saturday, that you have only 2 days. But if you're playing Wednesday, Sunday, the 1 day more, is the huge difference. I'm speaking now about the small details, but if you have so many games, that it's impossible to staying on the top or playing on the top every games.
It's crazy. That brings me to a good point of looking after your body, conditioning your body, and the age you're at 36 years old now. What changes have you made in the last few years, maybe, or even recently, to prolong your career and to still be scoring at the rate that you're scoring?
I have to say that I was starting thinking about this, to playing longer on the top level when I was 22 to 23 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, because you cannot expect that if you change your nutrition, if you change your food, that you don't see difference after 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 month. That at that time I say to myself, okay, I take this, why not?
What are you doing, gymnastics or?
Oh, different from the physical things, like starting to work on in the gym, that for the nutrition, for the healthy food, and even that after 4 years, I was thinking that I know a lot. So that time, for example, my wife came to me, Robbie, I have something new. You have to test. You have to try this because I'm studying now something new. And this is like, okay, wait.
We always have to listen to the wife.
No, I say, wait, okay, but if I see the difference after 3 or 4 weeks, okay, we can change it. So this kind of, always I saw the difference. I saw that even so many years I thought that I know a lot. Came something new always, and it's still changing, and it's the same as football. If I'm thinking now about the football the same like even 5 years ago, I will be not in this place for sure, because I know that the football is changing, that you have to adapt. You cannot compare the football how it's played today, even the 5 years, not talking about 10 years ago. Because it's completely different. It's like the players you have different, generation you have different, like the mental is different. So you have to know it. And I also learned a lot in Barcelona, for example, that I saw the young players, I see them, and on the beginning I was asking myself, I should to tell them that the football sometimes looks different, or maybe I should to take what they have good, what they have really like the positive things from football to take from my side. And I learned a lot from them, even that they are 60, 70, 80 years old, but also like this kind of things that sometimes you have to enjoy what you are doing, but find the balance between, And it helped me a lot also to feel like very confident in this team, this city, because the fans, they're amazing from the first day, and I'm very glad that I can be the part of this amazing club, because I didn't expect that from the first day. They support me a lot, and it means a lot for me a lot, even during the games. But also I want to give them not only me as a football player on the pitch, but also with my experience, what I saw, what I see in the football, to give also to the club, or how can these kind of things can work better.
And you look at someone like Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
20 years difference in a change room.
Yeah.
What is that like when you see a kid like this coming in the dressing room?
First time when I saw him on our training session, he was 15. Really 15. And from first time in my life, I saw someone, because I saw a lot of young, talented players, but first time in my life I saw that I have inside this, wow, who is it? Wow. You know, I saw the players. Oh, he has good this kind
like
of things.
Musiala, you've seen, and these guys.
It's you know it's a little bit about Musiala. Also, he had something, you know. But Lamine, the first thing I was, wow, this guy is like, how is possible in this age? He's already on this kind of level, you know. And even that he was 16 years old, that was still like, come on, it's impossible to be so good. So so clever also in this age, but I always try to give him maybe some kind of advice that, from one side, it's amazing what he did, what he doing, but also you have to thinking that soon for him will be the huge challenge to stay on this level or maybe do the next step, and. It's not about the next 2-3 years. We are talking about next maybe in 10 years that he should to be thinking about what he should to do to be on the top, like 28, 29, 30 or even longer. And that, I think, for him is the biggest challenge of his career.
Do you think your career might have been different if social media was when you was 18?
Probably, yeah, for sure.
More like this, do you think, or?
It's not only about the social media, but even the new generation, you know, that they are different. I mean, I don't want to say better or bad.
Oh, we can say, don't worry.
No, I mean, that is different because I'm starting to playing like with the players that now they are
16 years old, man.
Almost 15, even longer.
Yeah,
but it's like, I think it's that for decades now that I'm playing the football, that I'm playing now with the 70 years old players, you know, if you compare.
Yeah.
So you cannot compare because it's completely different. But I think now for the new generation that if they want to play football on the high level, playing for the long time, that the social media and also the mentality will be very tough. I think that they will be almost impossible to playing more than 10 years in the top level.
You played in the youngest ever side to win the Bundesliga with Dortmund. And I'm interested, we keep talking about the young players, but what are the differences between playing in a young team and playing in a more experienced team like you probably played with Bayern?
You know, in Dortmund, for example, I was also young. I remember exactly that we were a very young team. We had a lot of young players, maybe 2 or 3 more with the experience, but we won 2 times, the German league and the cup as well. We were playing the final of Champions League. So, yeah, but we have the Klopp. So, like the coach who knows that has the kids around a little bit the kindergarten, you know, and he knows how to manage us. And in the end, we know that we were so hungry, you know, to win something, and he helped us a lot and knew how to take from the players not 100%, 110 or 20%. And if I think about the players that we are playing at that time, that that was like over the limit of them. So was that
Klopp's best strength? Was that his best strength, getting the best out of every player?
He can take from the players the things that even the players that they don't think that they can play on this kind of level, you know. Of course, it's difficult for the long term, but for the short, he could to do, because you see that so many players that time when we were playing in the Champions League final, we won. That was the high level of them as well. And that time to win the titles 2 times in a row, like the German, outside the Bayern, nobody won.
Big achievement.
Yeah.
Was he playing heavy metal football as well then? Did he call it heavy metal football?
Yeah, it's like the rock and roll. Yeah, it's like sometimes in the halftime when we were playing bad, he came and he did like completely, like change of the main character, you know, that he motivate us very, very good, because he know that he has young team, and also the generation was different. I don't think that maybe in the new generation you have to be different a little bit, you know. The new generation, you have to more take care of them, you know. Like 15 years ago, if you being like more stronger, that was for me when I was young. Okay, I want more. I don't afraid that someone shout on me. You know, I was more motivated later. And now I'm not sure that the young players are ready for this kind of shouting from the coach. Yeah, because it's like, but it's not about football. It's general in the world. You have to be more nice. You know, and I don't think that the young players now like if someone shouting on them.
Wow.
It's like, you know, but not only in the football. Yeah, but general in the world, the life looks like that. So you have to also change that. Sometimes I'm from this generation. For me, was like very motivated. Someone shouting on us, you know. And now it's like you have to find the balance. It's not. I don't want to say that you cannot speak loud or, you know, speaking more strong. No. But it's sometimes you cannot always shouting like sometimes before was. You know, I remember exactly that the players before the game. More defender, sorry, but it was like that come on, we're going for the game, we're fighting, yeah, we're doing. But the first minutes you couldn't control the ball because you were so motivated, but over motivated. Now, after so many years, I learned also that it's not important what you're talking about before the game, because you already had the time to prepare for this game. Now it's just to repeat the things that sometimes are very easy, very clear, but to repeat. But most important thing is that you with your feet can control with the ball, not only run like 15 years ago. So this is the huge difference.
Just to go back to Klopp, because he really interests me, his character. Like, what is there any specifics about how he gets the best out of players? Like, give me some examples where you remember where he's done something.
After the Champions League, that we lost one game, I think that was away game, and we were in the hotel, and that was my second year in Dortmund. And that time I started to speak German, but not so influenced that I could understand everything, you know. I feel that I don't know what he wants from me, what he expects from me. I have to talk with him, because, you know, also I lost my father when I was 16 years old, and in my life I didn't have someone who I could always speaking about, you know, my problems or my things. So I was the guy that time very close, you know, and I know it when I go to him, speak with him, maybe I feel better. You know, we were speaking like 1.5 hours. You know, even that sometimes I didn't understand him because he was speaking German, and I tried to, and I said, hey, I understand everything. That was, you know, the conversation that he talked to me. Sometimes I talked to him, but you know, that time I didn't understand him everything what he talking to me. But after this conversation, it wasn't important that about what we are talking. For me, it was more important that he talked to me that way, that for me was like I was speaking with my father, you know. Maybe because of my private situation or like emotion that I needed that time something like this kind of conversation. But when we coming back to Dortmund, and on Saturday we were playing in the Bundesliga, after two days, I think what you can change in 2 days. We won 4-0, I scored hat-trick and make the assist. So in the end, you know, this kind of conversation open something what I had inside.
Sometimes you need somebody to unlock it.
Exactly, right? And you know, it's because I am maybe this kind of guys that I needed that time conversation. I saw the way on the career, always the conversation make me more, you know, more confidence that I can support someone even more, you know. It's maybe because of my situation that I had in my life. I don't know. But that time I remember exactly that this conversation changed my career.
It's interesting you said that, because my children lost their mother, 3 of them, and I worry about them talking and communicating. So it's interesting to see that you reached out for somebody, maybe separate from your mum, outside, a manager, a coach, and you had the confidence to do that. It's important.
But I have to say, I didn't have the confidence to do that, but I knew it that I have to do, even that I don't feel this confidence, because now it's completely different. I learned, you know, that to broke my, you know, not comfort zone, but broke my
habits.
Yeah, habits, exactly. And you know, when you are 16 years old, you lost your father from one day to the next day. That was very, very, you know, That's very sad for me. And 1 year later, my contract was finished, and I didn't know when I gonna play. So I wasn't there like the time, the way that like what I can do. I have to wait to say, okay, enough with the football, or to say goodbye, go to the college to start to study. All the second way, I said no, it doesn't matter what's happened, it doesn't matter what they say about me.
But you actually was thinking about going, you might have to go to study.
Was like this kind of two-way, you know.
Wow.
I didn't starting to think maybe on 2 seconds, yeah, but I didn't know this way it's not for me. I never give up. Yeah, it's tough, and maybe that's why I was very close as a human, as a person. But in the end, this kind of step that I did with the club make me more stronger, and I'm starting to learn, okay, if this conversation helped me, I have to try again. Even that still is difficult to do the first step with someone you need to speak with them, but I'm trying. Even that for my, for me was difficult, but I know it for the long way that can help me.
Oh, brilliant. What would you say is your biggest achievement in football so far?
I was playing in the era of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, and of course I can talk about the success with the team, like the Champions League. Like in the one season we won like everything. I think the second team in the history, and I was the part, and I was goal scoring in each of the competition. So it's like
top goal scorer.
Top scorer, and I scored also, I don't know, in one season 69 goals. It's like it's like. It's difficult because for me, like
69 goals.
Yeah, like I scored 5 goals in 9 minutes, for example, and till now I cannot explain how I did this.
Did you feel invincible though at this time? Because this time you're the best player in the world, arguably the best player in the world, right? So it's Leo Messi, Cristiano, or you. Was you going on the pitch and thinking, nobody can touch me, nobody can stop me?
Sometimes you have this kind of feeling that you are.
Only some people have that.
Yeah, but from the another way, on the other side, you have to stay on the ground. You cannot thinking that you are like superhero and everything. Now you can whatever you want, that will be good. Now I was always trying to be on the ground. If I think about like I finished that 5 goals 9 minutes. After the game, I didn't realize that I scored this, and I remember that Thomas Müller pushed me to the fence to celebrate. And why? Well, okay, I scored the goal, but we won the important game. And when I came back to the home, that everyone was family, my friends was on this game, and they were so happy. I was like, okay, yeah, I scored 5 goals. It's amazing, but 9 minutes? Okay, but what does it mean? I didn't know.
Well, that's
and
just
I asked
too
my
much.
wife, can you do pancakes for me, please? And I was like, oh, wow. And first time when I understood what I did was the Christmas time, when I sit on the table with my family. And I think that was first time that I was more calm, more like relaxed. And that was, I remember, okay, now understood. Because you know why? Because after this game, we play every 3 days, or we had Bundesliga, Champions League, and Bundesliga. And in these 3 games, I scored 12 goals, something like that. And I don't remember the next one, because that time, that for me, that wasn't important that the game already was over. For me, after the game, I'm starting preparation for the next game.
Yeah.
And
so
I know
you
it,
can't
okay.
enjoy.
No, because I know that I can enjoy later. If I start thinking too much about this, that will be for my mentality more weak. Because it's normal. If you read so many good things about you, your mentality is going down. You cannot. I remember I turned off the phone. I didn't use the internet, nothing, because I know it. If I started to read this kind of things, even that are brilliant about me, everything,
I would be reading everything.
Yeah. No, but I know it that. For me, it's the better way, because maybe later I can come back to the situation and read or see this, like what's happened. But I was with my mentality. I try to build my mentality so strong that it doesn't matter if it's going well or sometimes going bad. But my mentality is or will be ready for everything.
And talking about how kind of invincible you was and how driven you was, how many goals you were scoring, I think it's like 55 goals in that season in the COVID year. COVID took away this man's Ballon d'Or. How do you feel about that, seriously? That's one of the main things I wanted to speak to you about when I was on the way here to see you.
At that time, I didn't understand why, because every league was playing, Champions League was playing, and that was like for me, whoa, why? I know it, how football works sometimes, politics also, because if you have football, you have business. If you have business, you have politics and everything working, money in the end, of course. So
just stop you as well, because I've got some stats here as well to even just enhance what you're saying. For people that maybe don't know the detail and can't think back, but you look at this, and at the time of recording this podcast right now, you've outscored both Haaland and Mbappe since you all became active in the Champions League. Yeah? You now share the record of the highest scoring average of 0.79 goals per game in European competition with Lionel Messi. So we're talking about standards that are just like crazy, and to think that you didn't win a Ballon d'Or in that time, I can't think of only Thierry Henry is the only other player that I look at and go, he should have won a Ballon d'Or and he didn't win it. You're the other one, and it's only because of COVID. We've got to start a petition to get you the medal. Would you take it now after they give it back, if they give it to you?
of course, yes.
And you've done it with your football after that again. You outscored everybody. I think Messi, when he won it, he got 38 goals, you got 46 goals that year. And you look at it and you go, you must be sitting there thinking, what do I have to do, man?
You know, in the different, I was trying to compare with Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in my career, you know, so.
Did you kind of need them and use them as inspiration?
I used them, yeah. I used them for sure to not only inspiration, but to try.
To drive yourself.
Not to beat them, but to beat some kind of records, goals, the level that I achieved. Of course, I didn't want to compare with Lionel Messi or Cristiano, never as a football player, because of course they are on a different level, different worlds. But I'm very happy that I was like some years behind them, or like even in some years that I could beat them, you know, like the best player in the world in 2 years in a row and against them, you know. So for me, I think that I never dreamed about this to be like Lewandowski, Messi and Ronaldo, who's gonna win the FIFA best player in the world, you know. So and I was there and I won.
That was good, man. I wasn't there. But let's finish with. We always talk to the guys about their five-a-side team. You've played with some magnificent players over the years. If you could pick a five-a-side team with the best players you've played with, no goalkeepers. Goalkeepers don't make the cut. Which 5 players would they be?
Okay.
Who are the best ones? We done this with David Beckham. At the moment, he has the best team.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Okay. Ribéry.
Ooh, Ribéry. What was good? Tell me about Ribéry. What was so good?
His prime was amazing. He never liked to score the goals.
Huh?
He never liked to score the goals. He liked more play pass. Even that he dribble like 8 players, he has like the empty goal to just score the goal. No, he pass. And sometimes, why you don't like to score the goal?
This is illegal in your life. In your life, this never happened.
No, happened. No, happened.
Once.
Sometimes, yeah. But of course, if I dribble 8 players, I have empty goals. Of course, I score. Yeah. But he was like, he was amazing. Also, the guy, amazing. Like the players, you know, and yeah, he was so fast with the ball, dribbling. Frank Ribéry was like one of the greatest players in the history. Whew, I have, how many defenders I have?
What do you want? You can have all attack, I don't care, whatever you want.
Whoa.
Your team might get beat, but...
Alaba.
Oh, I didn't think Alaba. Wow, surprise.
Alaba. Yeah.
Top?
Yeah, top.
In the fashion stakes is very good as well, huh?
Yeah.
Good fashion.
I can find better one now, you know, in my team.
Oh,
yeah.
Kunde.
Yeah,
this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you kill him sometimes? Was this he was at the catwalk the other day with the cream?
That wasn't so, you know, the highest, you know, the suit from him. But yeah, he is like, he loved this. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, it's like on the beginning was like a little bit strange, but later you see so many times that you accept.
I like to see it.
Yeah, exactly. But, I remember one conversation with Alex Ferguson, you know, for example, that was 2012.
You almost signed for United?
Playing that time?
You almost signed for United?
I decided to join to Manchester United.
What year?
2012.
I was there.
Yeah. I remember the conversation that was before pre-season. We playing some games. I knew that he's gonna call to me. And at halftime, I was subbed off because I knew that I was playing 45 minutes. I had the call, and that time, my English, that was on a different level. And even, especially if I'm gonna speak with this kind of guy that's Alex Ferguson calling to me, and I'm calling to him now.
Was you nervous?
Oh, very. And and they began, okay, he's gonna speak easy English, yeah? And he called, hello, my name is Robert Lewandowski. Yeah, hi. And this accent, Scottish accent, and yes, of course. I knew it what I should tell him, Yeah, of course, I want to join to Manchester United, yeah. Can you repeat again? Yes, of course.
So why didn't you sign, man?
Ask the club, No, I remember that time.
The wages.
No, I remember also the conversation with the president of Dortmund. He said to me, they need him, and they're not gonna sell me to Manchester United because I'm so important for them, and not enough. It's not the perfectly time now. So yeah. But that time I say yes, yeah, that's true. I said yes to join to Manchester United because if Alex Ferguson call you, you cannot say no, Especially when I was 22 or 23 years old, and that time I was playing for Dortmund. Even I was happy about Manchester United and like the prime of Manchester United,
What a team we would have had, man. Jesus. Yeah. Right, give me 3 more players. Go on.
Some defender.
Ribéry, Aloha.
Xabi Alonso.
Oh, great player.
Xabi Alonso. Yeah, I can say also Arjen Robben.
Oh. Batman and Robin. Huh?
Yeah.
Ribéry and Robin again, back together again.
Even he didn't like to play pass,
He's selfish, yeah?
Yeah, everyone knows that he goes on the left foot. Everyone. You already to be there. And also, Arjen was this kind of place that before the training session, he already did the training session in the gym.
Yeah. Oh.
But sometimes he was so wet. He was, I don't know, 1 hour, and why you are doing this if we are already after the game, before the next game? And I was so confused. I remember one situation that Pep, in 65 minutes, take him off of the pitch, and he was angry because how he was playing, and and the next day, even that 65 minutes, that you need like some regeneration training the next game. No, he was on the pitch. He was training so hard that I was okay. I understand because I like also sometimes working hard. But this way was like, Arjen, you notice too much. Yeah, but I'm not doing this for my legs. So, yeah, I have to do for my head. Yeah, but in the end, maybe you got injured. Yeah, but I cannot to find a different way. And it's like, Arjen, come on, this kind of players on this level, and sometimes he do this because of the emotion I think that he had inside, and he couldn't believe or he couldn't accept that he play bad. So next day he
work.
But every training session, even that we were already after the hard training session, the next day was more calm. No, he was already in the gym, prepared for the next, for the next training session. Okay, so last player. For sure, I forgot about someone. Bastian Schweinsteiger also. But okay, I have Xabi Alonso, so more forward, some forward. Thomas Müller, because I love play with him.
Musiala, does he get in there?
Yeah, but I was playing with them a few years. He was very young. It's like I tried to find someone who was playing few years. Like of course, Musiala is like, of course, he's amazing and he has brilliant future. But I try to find someone players with them.
Lam.
Yeah, Lam, but Lam, Xabi Alonso, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Thiago Alcantara, prime of Boateng,
Top.
He had everything, because he was strong, left foot, right foot with the ball amazing. He was also fast, but this time I was very impressed that they won also World Cup. The Boateng, the prime of Boateng was for me like amazing.
So Boateng is in?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so your team is Ribery, Alaba, Xabi Alonso, Robben.
Philipp Lahm, we have also? No.
No. Boateng or Philipp Lahm?
But without kind of system, yeah? We're playing
Play
just
anywhere, free football.
free football. Okay, Philipp Lahm.
Listen, I like that team.
Yeah.
Philipp Lahm. Right, Ribery, Alaba, Alonso, Robben, Lahm.
Yeah, I forgot,
Good team.
for sure I forgot about someone.
Yeah, but this doesn't matter.
After 5 minutes I came to you back and I forgot about it.
Send me a DM me.
Okay, I send you, yeah.
Listen, man, Robert, really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic talking
Thank
to
you.
you.